A fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break? That's like 16 walls. In today's video, we're going to talk about Deadpool 3. No, literally, you don't get it. We're only going to talk about this threequel. Yeah, it's a word, everyone is saying it. From the cast and possible release date to literally everything we know about this merc with a mouth guy. We're actually getting an MCU debut. This is real, still can't believe it. So, let's dive in. First things first, what can I say except I'm Deadpool? Right from his debut as Wade, we think everyone agreed that Ryan Reynolds was the ideal choice for the role, but they really just wanted to see him put on that gorgeous red outfit and play out some of the fourth wall breaking humor for which he is so well known in the comics. We eventually got it 7 years post-debut in 2016 when Deadpool instantly became a fan favorite on the release. And to spice things up further, we got a second title that hit everyone. Would you believe it if we tell you? We mean obviously you would. We do our research that only Joker has a higher lifetime R-rated box office total than either of the Deadpool titles. Given their R rating, the next Deadpool flick is likely to have even more foul-mouthed, obscene comedy, which is entirely acceptable for our self-aware superhero. But now that Marvel's parent company has acquired every right there was to acquire, we are getting them X-Men, y'all. Finally, some hype for these underrated characters. Following up, no going back. While this whole X-Men into the MCU thing may have disappointed some folks, we can assure you one thing, no matter how bad it might be, Disney already took the first steps with Patrick Stewart's return as Charles Xavier. Let's not forget about Evan Peters' appearance as Quicksilver in WandaVision, even though it was sort of an inside joke. In the current multiverse saga taking place in the MCU, stars and characters from earlier continuity and other worlds don't come as much of a surprise. However, Ryan Reynolds delivered an utter bombshell statement that a certain hero will be making a startling comeback when he shared an update for the much anticipated Deadpool 3 on his YouTube channel. Spoiler alert, he's cranky. Moving right along, another star, Hugh himself. No, we don't have one yet, as the threequel won't start shooting until next year. But what we do have, like we already said, is that Ryan Reynolds did provide us with an update through his YouTube channel, beginning with Reynolds performing some routine everyday duties like working on the computer and exercising. The transition shows him in several Deadpool outfits, some of which are quite similar to the character's already known alternate outfits. Yes, the black and gray X-Force suit from the comics. Reynolds then claims that he doesn't really have any ideas for the upcoming film except for one item, and as he pours his famous gin as if nothing is happening, Hugh Jackman himself steps up behind Reynolds. Ryan asks him if he would want to play his fan favorite character once again, and after the other guy says yes, Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You starts playing. In a follow-up video, Reynolds and Jackman attempted to explain how Wolverine came back after dying in Logan, but again, as it's a Deadpool movie, it was overlapped by the song Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, coming towards the when and where of the premiering. Reynolds' enormous statement gave us assurance that Deadpool 3 will spit its way into cinemas on September 6th, 2024, which is just a little under 2 years from now. But later he delayed it by 2-ish months. Yeah, mark your calendars, amigos. November 8th, 2024. Unless it gets delayed again. A streaming release on Disney Plus and possibly Hulu is likely to occur about a month or two following the theatrical release of Deadpool 3. Up next, how far in the MCU might the movie be? Kevin Feige has acknowledged that Deadpool 3 will be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that it's being regarded as a Marvel Studios production. However, there's always a however. This does not imply that the entire movie will be set in the MCU. That appears to be the most likely outcome, but we must keep in mind that Spider-Man No Way Home, the first installment in the current multiverse saga, already featured characters from both the previous Spider-Man titles. Characters from the MCU timeline and the 20th century might cross paths in Deadpool 3, but only time will tell as the plot specifics are way too vague at this point in time. What else? Oh yeah, R-rated much? Both Kevin Feige and Bob Iger have publicly said that the third Deadpool movie would maintain its R classification and remain faithful like its predecessors. What kind of faith is that? This suggests that more intense violence and language may be on the table. Unless the next Blade movie retains the R-rated like the previous Blade films, Deadpool 3 would be the first MCU movie to receive a 17 or older classification. And as the boss said, the target audience is going to be adults. He added that with Logan included and keeping everything very Deadpool-y, everyone was having fun during the writing, and even though they haven't entered the filming phase, by the looks of the fun they're having, it's gonna be amazing. And the fun they're having is in R, it's because the character is way too self-aware for his own good. Not gonna lie, even making this video was an entertaining process. Not to forget about the previous movies. Yes guys, all of the X-Men films from the 20th century and both Deadpool movies are streamable on Disney+. Early this year, the streaming service added Deadpool 1 and 2, and also Logan, making them some of the first R-rated movies to appear on the family-friendly platform. Next up, let's talk about who's in charge. With Tim Miller as the first director and David Leitch for the sequel, the Deadpool series has seen a lot of filmmakers. Now a new director will assume the helm of the series. Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy previously collaborated on the video game parody Free Guy and the time-traveling family film The Adam Project. Sean Levy was most recently recognized for his work on Stranger Things. Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux-Longelin will also be working with the team as the film's writers, with Reynolds receiving co-writing credit. Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, who also wrote the first two movies in the series, are among the film's other writers. Let's see who's starring. Breaching 16 walls, Ryan Reynolds will continue to play Deadpool, even though the movie will move to a whole new universe, but we can guarantee there's going to be many Wolverine jokes. Talking about Wolverine, Jackman will be assuming the role for the 10th and presumably the final time. We sure hope not. And as the more multiversal characters we might see, the more likely it becomes that Secret Wars will have a huge battle sequence involving all of these characters. The final confirmed cast member is Blind Al, Wade's roommate and closest buddy, who is once again portrayed by Leslie Uggams. How can there be a Deadpool movie without her? Although there hasn't been any news on whether additional fan favorites like Josh Brolin or Zazie Beetz will return, more than a few well-known faces will likely join Reynolds and Jackman in what is undoubtedly the most anticipated Marvel film. Wait a minute, hold up, let's talk about rumors. Taylor Swift's involvement in the film has also been rumored, although Reynolds has stated that Swift will not be in it. If you compare getting Hugh Jackman to appear in a movie like this, Taylor would definitely be easier, no? Reynolds said that Marvel needs to filter through several moving components, like Fox, X-Men, and many other things, which by the way involves a lot of complications. Guess what? They did. Ryan also said he was really appreciative about it, since working with Hugh was a dream come true. The man seems more excited than we are. Moving to where we saw them last. Although the X-Men continuity canon is notoriously unpredictable, we'll try our best to describe Deadpool and Wolverine's prior narratives. Wade Wilson had his first official Deadpool appearance in the 2016 film, even though he initially appeared in X-Men Origins Wolverine. In that movie, Wilson played a sardonic mercenary who was terminally ill with cancer. A mysterious group then approached him with the promise of not only curing Wade, but also improving him. They accomplished this by giving him a quick healing factor that, in essence, rendered him immortal, but at the price of his sexy looks. They really made the coolest character a self-conscious one. What happened next was precisely what fans of the comics had hoped to see: a gory rampage with witty humor, unimaginable mayhem, and whatnot. As Vanessa was tragically murdered early in the sequel, sending Wade back into profound despair, he was given a second chance by the X-Men's Colossus and ended up adopting Russell, a mistreated mutant teenager. He first defends Russell from Cable, but they finally come to a mutually agreeable conclusion. Ryan Reynolds was nearly killed by Deadpool when he last used Cable's time-traveling apparatus to save Vanessa and prevent him from accepting the position of Green Lantern. Given that we are aware that the ideas of time travel and the multiverse are related, his disregard for time travel may very well be the link that ties Deadpool to the MCU. Perhaps Deadpool was even one of the several people Loki's TVA detained, but that theory's for another time. Lastly, since 2000, lots has happened. The grumpy mutant was first seen wandering the Earth aimlessly before he stumbled onto Xavier's school for gifted children, where he discovered meaning in being a hero and a teacher to a new generation of mutants. Even though he fell in love with Jean Grey, he regrettably could never achieve a peaceful existence and start a family. Logan, a film based in 2029 when the X-Men are all extinct except for Xavier and Logan. Being more scattered than ever, our clawed hero eventually assists his clonish daughter Laura in escaping a group of mutant hunters. Logan ends up making the ultimate sacrifice to save Laura because, despite having lived for such a long time, time catches up with him. Since Logan was frequently seen as a standalone story rather than a component of a larger plot, we will probably see a pre-Logan version of the character for this unexpected but welcome reappearance. Anyway, that's a wrap for today's video. Give us all your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like on this video and make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Having said that, see you in the next one.